Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever watched pro Fortnite players at LAN events or in high-pressure matches and wondered how they stay so calm, consistent, and locked in no matter what chaos surrounds them, you're about to find out what truly separates them from the average player, and more importantly, how you can start using some of their secrets to take your own game to the next level. Today, we're breaking down not just the gear, but also the mindset and settings pros rely on to perform at their absolute best every single time. Most people think LAN tournaments mean perfect internet, new high-end PCs, and super comfortable chairs, but in reality LAN events are loud, hot, and the lighting can be brutal. You're packed in a room with hundreds of other players all fighting for the same prize money. The noise and distractions are constant, and the pressure can feel overwhelming. So pros come prepared not just with skill, but with tools and habits that make their temporary setup feel just like home, even if they're sitting at a random table thousands of miles from their gaming room. This is where tiny details become massive advantages, the things most players never even consider, but that add up to huge gains in those clutch moments when every millisecond counts. Take, for example, the joystick. Some pros actually bring a separate controller thumbstick plugged in just for movement or building. This isn't about flying planes in creative, it's about keeping their mouse hand free for precise aiming and edits. By mapping crouch, reload, or even jump to the joystick, they can crouch, peek, and snap back to building seamlessly without breaking their flow. That kind of smoothness is what keeps them ahead in tight fights. Then there's the mousepad. These aren't the giant flashy pads you see online. Pros often bring pads cut exactly to the size of the LAN desk, because those desks can have weird edges or metal trims that cause pads to slip, and even the smallest slip in a build fight can wreck your muscle memory, making you miss shots or fail edits. Having a pad that fits perfectly, feels just like their home setup, and stops frustrating movement. Drag is another huge hidden problem many players overlook. When you're doing lightning-fast flicks or quick edits, even a slight tug on your mouse cable can throw off your aim. Pros solve this by bringing weighted cable anchors. Some make DIY ones with fishing weights wrapped in rubber, so their cable always stays loose, consistent, and never pulls no matter where the PC is placed. This simple fix saves countless missed shots during tournaments. And then there are anti-slip grips. These are tiny strips of rubber that stick to the desk, keeping your keyboard and mouse pad locked down. Picture yourself in a final 1v1, and your keyboard shifts forward just a tiny bit. That small change can break your flow and ruin your muscle memory. Grips make sure nothing moves no matter how intense the fight is. Extra hotkey pads are another pro secret. Some players bring small keypads hidden under the desk, map to builds or edits, so their fingers never leave lost. This means faster, smoother transitions and less finger travel, which is huge when you're hitting 4 or 5 edits in a single second. Every millisecond counts in the heat of a fight. Mental tools also play a big role. A physical timer or stopwatch helps track storm rotations when the chaos and noise of LAN matches make it easy to lose track of storm timers or healing cooldowns. Having a physical reminder keeps situational awareness razor sharp, which can be the difference between a smart rotation and getting caught out. Even scent pads with essential oils like mint or eucalyptus find their way into some pros' setups. These smells are scientifically proven to boost alertness and reaction speed in long tournaments where fatigue sets in. That little boost can mean clutch plays over missed shots. Silent keyboards are popular too, because loud mechanical clicks can distract teammates in duos or squads and bleed through mix. Some players bring backup silent keyboards just for LAN to keep communication clear and distractions. Low anti-glare screen filters reduce harsh overhead lighting reflections that are common in LAN venues. This keeps visuals crystal clear, which is vital when you're tracking builds or enemies far away, and helps reduce eye strain during long sessions. Organizers and clean setups reduce stress and save time between matches. Pros use zip ties, Velcro, and microfiber cloths to keep gear spotless and ready to go. A clean setup feels better and lets you focus on the game instead of tangled messes. And warmers keep fingers nimble, especially in cold, air-conditioned venues. Stiff fingers mean slow edits and missed shots. Those little packets keep blood flowing and movement smooth, so you never lose your edge. Backup keycaps or switches are a quiet lifesaver if keys pop off mid-game. Instead of panicking, pros just snap in replacements and keep going without missing a beat. These gear details are about creating stability, consistency, and predictability in an environment where your brain has learned exact distances. Friction and timing, any change can cause your performance to drop suddenly. That leads to one of the biggest secrets pros know, which is that chasing the highest polling rate or flashiest gear doesn't always mean better performance. Many players think running for 1000 or 8000 Hz polling rate mice will instantly make them faster, but the truth is the gains are so small that they're almost impossible to notice in real matches, and the extra load on your system can cause FPS dips, micro stutters, or lag that actually hurts gameplay. Most pros stick with 1000 Hz polling because it's stable, efficient, and works perfectly on almost every PC. It offers a perfect balance between responsiveness and system load. And it's familiar, so they don't have to relearn muscle memory, which takes thousands of hours to build. Input delay is more than just polling rate. Your monitor, your frame rate, and even the way the game engine processes input all matter, and often those factors have more impact on latency than your mouse's specs. When you're playing at the highest levels, what matters most is stability. Every click, every flick, every shot has to register exactly as you expect with zero surprises. That's why pros choose setups that deliver predictable, consistent input over flashy, risky upgrade. Changing your setup constantly resets your brain's muscle memory and slows improvement, so pros commit to what feels right and focus on training smart, not chasing hype. If you want to improve fast pick settings and gear that feel natural and comfortable, then commit to them long enough to build true consistency. Practice intentionally, analyze gameplay, look for where your reactions feel slow or inconsistent, and adjust slowly over time. Remember, speed without control is useless if you're overshooting targets or missing easy plays. Reaction time only matters if you can execute perfectly every time. So take a page from the pros. Set yourself up for success by controlling your environment, bringing tools that make your setup feel familiar, and finding settings that maximize consistency rather than chasing every new spec. Number one last thing worth mentioning is the mental game at LAN events and tournaments. The atmosphere is electric, but it can also be intimidating. Your heart rate spikes, your palms get sweaty, and that tension can make you miss shots or make poor decisions. Pros have learned to manage that stress through routines, warm-ups, breathing exercises, and having trusted gear that feels like an extension of their body. When you feel in control of your setup, your confidence soars, and that reflects in your gameplay. So if you ever get nervous before a match or find yourself choking in finals, try focusing on what you can control. Start with your gear, your settings, and your practice habits, because those are things you can master, and that mastery breeds confidence. And gear and setup, there's also a huge focus on mindset training and preparation. Pros don't just train mechanically, they train mentally through visualization and goal setting. They mentally rehearse their matches and how they will respond to different scenarios. This kind of preparation makes them resilient and ready for anything the game throws at them. They also understand the importance of recovery breaks and staying hydrated and nourished during long tournaments. Keeping your body in peak condition helps keep reaction times sharp and focus steady. These small habits off the game translate directly into better performance when it counts. If you want to take your game seriously, start thinking about these outside of game habits as well, because improving your mindset and physical health can boost your gameplay more than any new mouse or keyboard. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe for more in-depth Fortnite tips, and let me know in the comments which gear or mindset tip surprised you the most. I read every comment and love hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Keep grinding, keep aiming, and I'll see you in the next one.